Hello and welcome to the show. I am here today back on Wreckfest taking a look at the new vehicles that have been added to the game. And yes, as the title has suggested, and as you can see on screen, there is a racing toilet. I mean, of all the vehicles to have, a racing loo is a different one. Yeah, it is a different one. So I'm going to start off. There are 3 new cars with the latest update, the season pass, the latest DLC, whatever you want to call it. In this one, there are 3 new vehicles. We're going to start with the loo, because of course we are. The other cars added are actually quite interesting ones, for sure. We have the Outlaw, that is this sort of 30s American hot rod style car, and we have the Hornet, that is a essentially BMW like 635 kind of car, which I actually very much like the 635. So it's a cool vehicle to have. They're B class, A class respectively. But yeah, we're going to start with the Honeypot. Let's go with this. Now, sadly, much like with the bumper car, there isn't an option to run it on its own, which is a bit of a pain, really. We can race it against big rigs if we want. That probably won't end well for me. I'm going to stick it in C class because this, I say for whatever reason, but this is counted as a C class vehicle. It's not a massively fast C class, but it is. We're going to give it a run and see. My goal will be survive, pretty much. I don't really expect to on this first race, but we shall see. So, here we are at the circuit, where I shall be going up against a field of normal cars. Because as far as I'm aware, the AI doesn't go in some of these new cars. I can't say I've ever seen the new cars appear in the kind of AI selection. Sadly, I don't think we can upgrade this particular vehicle either, so we couldn't put a big engine in it. I'm actually trying to figure out where... I presume the engine is under the toilet. I mean, you kind of... It wouldn't be very comfortable, to say the least. We are at the back, which is probably the safest place for us. Now, this is actually not terrible accelerating. I guess it's fairly light compared to the rest of the field. I don't want to be involved. Nope. If I get... I can kind of get away a little bit with possibly being rolled over once, but much like with the sofa car and some of the other vehicles, the lawnmower, if you fall over, you tend to be out. And this is faster. The problem with this is it's faster than the lawnmower by a fair bit. Quite top-heavy. Because, well, it's a toilet and everything. Oh, and the brakes don't really work. Ugh. I'm going to bury it in the corner completely on my own. So yeah, the brakes aren't actually great on this, which is a little bit of a problem. Just lose bits of the wooden panel, it's fine. Apparently I can have all manner of issues entirely on my own, which is not really the best thing. These guys have all had a crash into the chicane. Yeah, it's such a tiny wheelbase, it gets a bit twitchy. The brakes are questionable. The acceleration is kind of on par with the cars in this class, which is a bit scary. The diff's terrible. I mean, it's not, it's not exactly going to be a sensible choice of vehicle now, is it? It's never really likely to work. Which is kind of why it's a shame you can't have a class for the Portaloo. Like they'll say Portaloo, kind of Portaloo. It is a shame that we can't set a specific thing, because it's one of those that, well, what on earth am I going to use this damn thing for? Because I can't do custom online races yet, because there's still no private lobbies. Against C-Class cars, while it's funny, doesn't really work. It is too fiddly to drive, which is kind of a shame. Like the motorhome is not actually terrible to drive. That can be fairly okay. Come on, out of that corner we go. I also don't know how on earth this is C-Class and the super van thing is D, when the super van I feel is way better to drive than this. I know it's still wobbly and everything, but I'd rather have that. Oh, I've not got that braking zone right once. Aha, we shall be side by side with a Volvo estate car. Oh, tried to have an overtake. Can I... Oh, Volvo went into the wall. Apparently I crashed the Volvo. Apparently, me driving a toilet crashed a Volvo into the... I'm not sure about that, I'll be honest. I feel like there was the slightest of nudge from me and the Volvo had an accident on its own. We are going very wide through all of that. I was half expecting a car to just fly up the inside and crash into us. However, that did not happen. So yeah, like competitiveness-wise, we are struggling a smidge here. Very, very difficult. I mean, I'm amazed it's still running. I think that's helped predominantly by the fact that... oh, wow, so I got on the brakes as soon as I landed that jump, and that's still not enough. Yeah, it's helped by the fact that we have not really been in the fight. We've been far enough back, and the AI have been kind, really. The AI have been very kind to me here. We're just going to round the final corner. Ooh, there we go. Around the final corner, and we will not be last, at least. I beat you, and I was driving a toilet. I feel like there's not much to gloat about, but it's something. It was the lap time. 40.8 was the fastest lap, and I was doing 47. I certainly was the slowest vehicle on the field. So to test out the next of the new vehicles, no, I haven't not taking the Portaloo. Around the loop, we're going to have the Hornet. It should be more competitive in this one. We're going to just be driving a general B-class vehicles, against general B-class vehicles. I haven't modified this one in any way, so it'll just be the basic car, if you will, and it should be a fun race, at least. From my brief kind of little bit of driving with this car, it seems pretty decent. It seems like just a pretty good overall vehicle. It's not the best handling car, it's not the strongest car, but it will survive a bit more punishment than some. Will outdrive some of the absolute massive brutes, so outhandle some of the massive brutes. So yeah, it kind of just it works. There's some shenanigans on the there's gonna be some shenanigans on the loop, isn't there? It's not really what you want. Oh, there's shenanigans on the landing, that's for sure. Bloody hell. It's I mean, I like the look of the car. Oh, there's a lot of shenanigans down here. I thought about getting involved, punting one of the flipping rolling cars, and then thought better of it. Also, they were like, annoyingly far away that I compromised myself so much to try and get them. Oh, someone just seen there's a car fall off the loop. Well, I mean, I guess we're going to have to deal with that at some point. Anyway, yes, as far as this vehicle goes, it's kind of okay. Unfortunately, it's just nothing massively spectacular. We're going to actually jump to the inside, maybe make the corner. It's just a good overall car. If you like the 635, you'll, well, probably like having this one available. Oh, I was hoping I was going to be far enough forward. Ouch. Ouch indeed. And many pains have gone on. You can see it's not bad on the old straight front. My entire front end has been pushed up, and the engine hasn't. In this one, I'm not quite sure how it's all still working. Yeah, it's another car. It's one of those. I can't say there's anything drastically, amazingly spectacular about it. It's just a nice car. I will probably use it a fair bit for B-class stuff because I like the vehicle that it's based on, and it is, you know, fairly decent drive. It doesn't have any weird handling characteristics like some of the cars you get on this game. Oh, come on, aerial squish on whatever that was. Okay, I couldn't quite do the aerial squish. We'll just have to go for a punt. Yeah, it'll hold its own. I think it's one of those that you could make it do what you wanted it to. If you wanted to turn it into a derby car, I think it could probably work for that, and be better handling perhaps than some. Okay, it won't be quite as strong as the limo maybe, but you could probably make it pretty tough. Likewise though, if you want to go and race it, it's quite a versatile car. From my experience. Almost. I wanted to land on somebody. It's always the goal. Always the goal is the aerial takedowns, if you can manage them, just because they're more spectacular than a normal takedown, pretty much. That was actually very dangerous. You don't really want to go out the middle of the ramp, because that's where the AIs tend to go. We'll try and find ourselves to the side. This was the final lap of the mayhem. As we head around here, it looks like we are going to settle for a fourth position. Not much that I can do about that one, unfortunately. Big crash. Big crash into the door of our car. Saw us in a fair bit of trouble. Do we get fastest lap of the race? That is the question. I think not quite. We were up there. 41.5, yeah. Is a good overall car. Just a nice addition. So, what better place to test out a hot rod than at a dirt stadium circuit? I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong around this particular track. It is, I say, one of my favourite circuits. Certainly one of my favourite of the new tracks that came to the game when it came to console. I like this. This is a good place for complete and utter chaos. Now, the hot rod is pretty fast, actually, from stock. It's mid-A class, which is not bad for the vehicle. I fear it might be a little bit small and a little bit light, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure. Where I want to be is not around other cars, but you're not going to get that option on the first lap. No, don't put me into that. Ouch. We're going to be stuck probably taking the jump here. Sure, we can do... Oh, good God, there's so much mayhem going on. No, we don't fly very well. Right, work time. We've got a lot of recovery. Oh, recovery to do. We're in 16th place. I mean, I'm not the only one having a bad time. Cars fall off this circuit quite a lot, so there is a chance to recover. But, yeah, I don't know whether we're going to be able to recover enough. We'll have to wait and see. So this vehicle is... God, it has some... I think it's all... Bloody hell. So it has a couple of interesting characteristics. First of all, it's quite oversteery, just in general. In general, it is a relatively oversteery car. And being a very, very short wheelbase vehicle, at times it can get a little bit twitchy. Now, it is fast. Do not get me wrong here. This is a pretty damn fast car. Again, while I'm driving a standard one, I suspect you could probably make this thing very, very rapid, but it wouldn't necessarily be all that easy to drive. Around here, I'm noticing perhaps more than other circuits. I'm now 11th after all of this, despite having a terrible lap. Yeah, around here, it has issues with the back end. It kind of bounces itself. It has a tendency to go quite nose first over everything, as it's seeing there. Now, most of the time you'll get away with it. However, it is, a little sketchy. But we've already seen the front flips that it can do if it wants to around here. So it's something you're going to have to watch out for. Perhaps unlike the Hornet, this has certainly got its own characteristics. Now, it might not work for you. That's kind of fair enough. It is not really the easiest vehicle to be driving. I like the look of it. I'm a big fan of hot rods. I would love to have a hot rod of this sort of style. But, oh God, as far as a vehicle to drive, I don't know whether it certainly won't be my go-to A-Class, not over some of the vehicles that I have used. My Speed Demon, for example, is a bit nicer car to drive in general. There we go, there's a little bit better flight, still not brilliant, still wants to go very nose down. And while apparently we're not going to actually see it all that much here, damage can be a little bit weird on this because there's kind of just less car. The way things get bent up on this vehicle, you can often have the front wheels not really connected to anything. That's a wreck, isn't it? It's not even a lap down car reversing. You can kind of see it going on a little bit here, but after a few big hits, yeah, it can get a little bit of a mess up at the front. That is just how the Wreckfest damage model can end up working on vehicles. This has all been a relatively... Oh, is that... oh, that is the car for second place. I think it was the leader up until, I guess, that section. This race has been relatively tame as well for a run around the stadium, so I'll take a second. Yeah, it's a nice car. The AI has just proved there. It can swap ends very quickly, and at times it can bounce around a little bit unhelpfully over jumps, front flips. Why is the AI going backwards? AI? What? It's now fallen over. We have broken an AI. No, not going to give us a hand? We're just stuck here. I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to do. I suspect it won't reset because it's after the race. Can somebody give us a hit? Just anybody? Give us a nudge? Thank you. It's not helped. Oh, no, it has helped. Hey, there we go. Are you going to go forward? No, you've fallen off the... Where are you going? Oh, there we go. Are we going to go in the... forward direction? No, it was more fun watching the AI try and drive in reverse. Can you go back to doing that? That was funny. Nope, you're going to be sensible. Well, I guess we're going to go have to drive a toilet again, aren't we? So we are going to finish off with a trip to the Figure of 8 circuit. However, I am driving a Portaloo and everything else is mixed. basically. This is using the special... Well, it's a special vehicle mix that I was hoping was going to be things more like buses and... Rather than... There's quite a lot of normal cars. Quite a lot of A-class cars as well. There are some harvesters, there are some buses, there are some double-decker cars, and some sofas around. My goal is... Can I survive 6 laps? Surviving 6 laps at the best of time around the figure of 8 can be quite difficult. I don't know. Oh, if we're going to survive with this lot, if we get hit while we are stuck here, that would be game over. While it isn't an insta-kill on the toilet, necessarily, you can do an awful lot of damage in one go. So I'm going to have to be very careful on the crossover bit, because I get very unhappy on the landing. Now, I might be able to score a half-decent finish here, I genuinely don't know, with enough mayhem going on elsewhere, but, don't have an argument with a school bus. It's not going to end well. We're going to try and overtake. We're going to sneak up the inside of the school bus. We have overtaken! Thankfully, the harvesters appear to have got stuck. There is a lawnmower in the field as well, of course. How could I forget? We have got a lawnmower going on. Oh, that's horrible bumping around. No, don't murder me while I'm on the outside of the course. Not like that. That's not called for, particularly. The lawnmower's overtaken us! Oh, the combine's got involved. Quickly! The gap, we're back into the top 10. Okay, my now new goal, the new objective is we've survived 3 laps. Can I survive and finish in the top 10 while driving a Portaloo? No, that's a wall. Well, the whole building's come apart. If it keeps going, then... But to be fair, I don't know whether it's better to have the top fall off. I don't know whether that actually changes how likely I am to topple over. Go, 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 go. Ooh! I've rolled a car with a toilet, and that's not something you get to say very often. Also, just noticed this has a teeny tiny V engine. I don't know whether it's a 6 or an 8. I would presume a teeny tiny V8. Or hope. Looks like an 8. I'm wedged on a combine now. Yeah, it does look like a teeny tiny V8 in this. It's not only a toilet, but a V8 toilet. Ow! I just hoped I was going behind and not going to get murdered. We were running in the top 10 at one point. I've also managed to go through the menu rather than restart. We were going to have another go. Now we're going to go through some loading screens. Hold on. I'll get there in the end. Right, let's try again, shall we? See if we can make it to the... I don't like that sight behind. That's not the... I don't know. I think I'd prefer sofas and lawnmowers behind. That would probably be a preferable sight. Now, don't roll on the first attempt across there. That's how things started going quite downhill last time. We have overtaken the bus. We may be even overtaking the double-decker car. Oh, no. Combines are messing around and I'm stuck in the middle with the toilet. Amazingly, that didn't go as awfully as it could have done. No, I'm going to still be outside. Stop bullying. I know it's tempting to crash into the toilet, and let's be honest, if I was in a car in this race and there was a toilet to crash into, would you be able to not crash into the toilet? I don't think I could not crash into the loo. But... oh, there's a bus being lifted up by a sofa. That's quite ingenious for slowing the bus down. I appreciate... I will make the most of my opportunity to get past the bus while it's stuck. Oh, gap. No, not a gap. There was a gap. I almost found it. Not quite. Right, definitely third time lucky. Pay no attention to the fact I'm starting in 13th place. No attention to that. We have at least got off the line fairly well here. For some reason, I think because the buses and combines make the grid slightly longer, one AI car gets confused about how it has to start the race. And it's ending up like reversing itself back on through the... I don't know what's going on. Rock Dog is going to be a long way down the order, I think. You have to do like another lap. Apparently the AI get a little bit confused when we start messing around a bit too much out here. No, don't do it, TriStar, you little bugger. You could have had the position. I would have given you the position willingly. I'm just trying to survive at the moment. Oh, go behind the sofa car. That might be one of the few things that if it hit me, it didn't insta-kill. I mean, we aren't going to be last because I've seen a lawnmower. Already lost a driver. Oh, no. I want to come up as high in the order as I can. Of course I do. But I've also got to just give up positions as a sofa spirals. Just, it's a weird... We're 7th, amazingly. It's just the weird, the things you end up saying doing these sort of races. There was just a sofa flying along. Oh, minus a driver. Don't ask. Don't ask too many questions. Come on, Portaloo, we can do this. If we could ever put the power down, would be helpful. Behind the Firefly is good. Across there we go. No, don't hit the Portaloo. Portaloo is minding its own business. Again, it's not even really portable, but I want to call it that. No, you are definitely a mean car if you bully the toilet. Please crash into the bus. We've lost most of the wooden hut part. You know what? Go through. I'm not even racing you. You're not even on my lap. I don't know whether you're ahead or behind. I presume actually behind at this stage. Oh, well, there's what's left of Rock Dog's car. That's quite poorly as well. I mean, the Portaloo doesn't look all that much different, minus the back panel, slightly wobbly roof, than how it started. The buses are getting eaten by a motorhome. We're up in 5th on the toilet. I mean, I think we're racing that car. Yes, we are racing that car, and I'm not fighting a double-decker. Oh, no. Through the gap. I don't want to be involved. We're on 2 wheels. We've got 1 more lap to go. Come on, toilet. One more lap. 1 more lap. We're in 4th. If I get a podium with a bloody toilet, that will be drive of the day. Right there. Uh-oh. No. No. Oh, there's a gear in there somewhere. Somebody fell off a combine harvester. It's not going to be a podium for me unless something really weird happens. I just couldn't get it going the right direction, annoyingly. Are we going to be clear? No, we're not going to be clear. No! Should press reset quickly. Go behind that. Oh, we were 4th. And now Buzzsaw's going to come past. There was a bloody estate car in the way. No! No! No, I will not be killed. Not at this point. Just go forward. Get out of the way of the combine. We made it! We got knocked over as we crossed over the jump. But the important thing is the toilet made it. The toilet made it in 5th. We beat a gate crasher. We lapped a road cutter. To be fair, only 13 things finished, but we did actually make it. Oh, I very much wish the toilets could be raced in their own category. Much like with the bumper cars as well, it is a shame that for some reason we have not got the ability to race these in their own classes. Because that'd be a lot of fun. Racing them against normal cars doesn't really work. In this it's fun because it makes a weird spectacle. Also doesn't really work. But there we go, look at it. Look at it drive. Yeah, that's a look at some of the new cars in Wreckfest. Thank you all very much. I say cars as I'm... You know what I mean. Thank you all very much for watching. And until next time, a goodbye.